Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So quickly in this video I will be showing you how I achieved this bustier top with only my Airstay, no extra padding. So let's get into it. You can see how I padded it with just my Airstay and it came out looking very nice. So let's get started. So I have folded my fabric into two, and from my shoulder to my half length is 17 inches, and then I added 1 inch, that is making it 18 inches. So next I will then take in my shoulder to bust point measurement. So from my shoulder to my bust point is 11 inches. I'm going to mark that, and then shoulder to my under bust is 15.5 inches. I'm also going to mark that down, and then the full length of this fabric right here is 18 inches, and that is all we'll be using. So I'm going to extend this line as you can see me do. So when I'm done connecting the point, the next thing I'll do is to take in my neck width. So my neck width is 3 inches, just like you see me mark it down, and then I'll mark also for the neck depth 3 inches. So I'll connect it to form a gentle curve for the round neckline. And after that, my shoulder measurement divided by 2 is 8 inches. So I'm going to mark that down and I extend the line to meet my bust point. So for the shoulder slope, I came down by 1 inch. And after that, for my shoulder slope line, I'm going to measure 8 inches, and that will be my chest line. So I believe we all know how to get this. Your bust divided by 6 plus 1.5 gives you your chest line or armhole line. So I'll divide again by 2 and I'll come in by ½ inch so I can form the armhole curve. I hope you guys understand this. And then my bust divided by 4, I'm going to mark it down right there so I can continue and form my armhole curve line just like you see me do. So next, I'm going to divide my nipple to nipple measurement, which is 8 inches divided by 2. I have 4 inches. I'm going to mark this 4 inches on the bust point line, on the under bust, and then on the half length, just like you see me do. And then towards the center fold, I'm going to come in by ½ inch. I'll mark this on the under bust line and on the half length line, and I'll come out by 1.5 inches. I'll extend the point, and then on the bust point line, I'm going to come down by 1 inch to avoid any pointiness, and then I'll connect the point quickly just like you see me do. And after that, I will then measure from my shoulder to where I want my yoke to be. So it depends on how deep you want yours to be. So before I mark that yoke line, I'm going to divide my shoulder by 2 just like this, and then I'll connect the point. You can use a straight ruler to do this. Connect it to meet our nipple to nipple measurement that we divided earlier. So now I will not decide how deep or how open I want my yoke to be. So I'm going to be using 7.5 for mine because I don't want it to be open, to be too open, right? So you can go down by 8 or 9 depending on how deep you want it to be. So I'm going to be marking 7.5 just like you see me do, and I want it to be a straight line. I don't want to make it to be like a sweetheart curve. So right on this divided point, I'm going to come up by 1 inch on both sides, and then I'll connect this to meet our line that we drew earlier. I hope you're seeing this. I hope you understand this. And then after that, I'll just impute my body measurement, and then I'll move over to quickly cut it. So I believe you all know how to cut the bustier, but if you don't, I have other videos that you can also watch and understand how to cut a bustier. So next I'll do now is to divide my under bust measurement by 4. I'll also impute the dart that I took, which is 2 inches, and then I'll add my 1.5 inches for allowance. So on my half length line, I will divide my waist measurement by 4, impute my dart intake, and add the same allowance. So I'll do the same on the bust point line and also on the chest line. So when I'm done, I'll just connect all the points and then begin to cut. So guys, while we are cutting through the fabric now, please, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, you can kindly do that. I believe you're getting value from this video. You can also like and leave a kind comment. If you have any questions, please drop it. I would be glad to answer you, right? So Now I'm just cutting through all the points that we have made, all the lines that we have drawn, just like you see me do. And after doing the cutting, I will then proceed to also bring in my Airstay and start pressing it. So right now I am just changing the shape of the yoke. This is optional. I just decided to do something different. Since I'm always using a round neck, I decided to make this a V-neck. So after changing the shape of my front neckline, I will just then take this piece and then cut it out on the lace. So when I'm done cutting this out, I'll show you guys the Ankara piece, and I have ironed my Airstay off camera. So this is what it looks like right here. I ironed it all through the body just like you see it, and then a half piece. I'll still turn it for you guys to have a clearer view. So yes, you can see what it looks like. So I have two pieces right here. I have this half right on it. That would have been the padding, the wording that we usually do, but I just used the Airstay, and then I have the one that I covered it all through. And I also ironed Airstay on my lining. So I want it to be strong and well padded, sort of. So this is what it's going to look like. So after this, now I'll just take off the lining pieces and then pin the sides. So when I'm done pinning them, just like you see me do, I'll take it down to my sewing machine and sew the two sides and show you guys what it looks like. So I'll just pin it all through first. So when I'm done pinning, I'll just stitch it, and I'll also stitch down my lace, that's the yoke, straight down on the fabric. So this is what it looks like. The next thing to do now is to take it over to my ironing board and then press it down my hot iron. And after that, the next thing to do is to bring in your lining. So I have sewn in my lining pieces just like I sewed the actual fabric. So I'll bring in my lining just like this. I'll turn it to the other side and then use the lining to turn the yoke parts so it can have a good finishing, and also use a bias to trim the mouth of the lace. So remember to notch through the side and then iron it very well. So when you're done with this, so you also notch the main fabric so it can lap very well, and then you press it with your hot iron. So after all the notching, I'll just arrange it very well. I'll notch the center of the lining so I don't make a mistake. And then after doing that, I will align my fabric, my main fabric, with the lining, ensuring that my lace is inside. And then I will then sew. I will just sew with half of an inch round, straight down, just like you see me do. And this is what we have, guys. So our bustier with our Airstay padding came out really nice. So I'll upload another video where I'm done making the full dress so you can see what it looks like. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you learned something, and until that, see you in my next video. Bye.